I heard some very exciting news for anybody that's played Fallout. I don't know if you guys have played Fallout, but Fallout New Vegas 2 is in early talks. Have you played Fallout?
Oh yeah, Fallout 3 is definitely like in my top 10. I didn't really play that much of Vegas, to be
New
honest.
Vegas is my favorite, hands
That's
down, like the best one. I mean, I only played three of them. I played New Vegas 3 and 4, but
yeah,
New Vegas is the best. And I heard that they were like, since Microsoft bought Bethesda, there's a lot of people in Microsoft that were like thinking it'd be a good idea, and it's in early talks to be developed by the same studio that made the first New Vegas,
Hmm.
Obsidian. And that game was like my favorite game of the PlayStation 3 generation. Ooh, actually, Skyrim came out back then too. So it was tied for number one with Skyrim.
That's still high praise.
I mean, like it is basically is the same like layout. Like it feels the same as Skyrim. It's the same developer. Matt, you've never played any Fallouts, right?
I've never played any Fallout games. No.
Well, it plays like mechanically just like Skyrim, and the graphics are the same.
yeah, just with guns. That's pretty much it.
And you can freeze time. Like I love that mechanic.
Yeah, I loved Fallout 3, but like I I'll be honest, I didn't get Vegas until a couple of years ago, and then because like I just never got around to playing it, and then I remember like I booted it up and it was like it's very dated. Like I thought my eyes were gonna start bleeding just looking at it. But
I mean, yeah, the graphics are a little bit dated, but they made the game like in less than a year.
yeah,
Like
I
they
heard
hopped
like
in like super late into development to finish it.
yeah, I heard like the writing for it is just like fantastic though. Like it just for like a lot of what Obsidian does.
Yeah, like the speech in it, like that's why I hated Fallout 4, because I played it after New Vegas, and it takes away your like, it gives you like just like the four different prompts, like aggressive or passive or whatever, instead of telling you the whole sentence your character will say and like what the chance of success is and all that, like Vegas had. And that's
Yeah.
another thing I hate about modern games, is taking features away.
Mhm.
See, I don't know. I think there needs to be a balance, and this is just speaking in general. Because like so for example, like I got like the new Smash Bros for
Yes.
like the Switch. So I'm like,
Yeah.
sweet, this will be fun. And like if in any future if I ever actually have people over and stuff, it'd be like a fun to play, right? And then
Yeah.
like I turn it on and there's only like 5 characters involved. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like and then like you have to do like a grind thing. So like I
Have
am
you
kind
never played Super Smash Bros. Before?
not since like 64.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's the same then.
Yeah.
There were legit 5 characters. You gotta like you couldn't even get Luigi until you had every other character, and then it was like I can't remember how you got him, but it was super hard.
Yeah, I don't know. So like my ex roommates, we played a lot of Smash 64.
Okay.
Like hundreds of hours maybe. But yeah, I've never had to like actually unlock it. And like I kind of understand why there are some like streamlined stuff. Cause yeah, I don't know, basically like every once in a while I just turn on and just like rip through it. And like I don't know, like sometimes like especially with like older games, I guess what I'm trying to say is like the grind can be a bit much.
Mhm.
So I don't like mind it, but I do think like core RPG stuff, like the speech checks, what Luca was talking about in Fallout, I think that's pretty good because then like you have more control over your player. But
Yeah, and like random, I don't know if you guys have played
I don't know, that was a rant.
Far Cry.
Yeah,
Like,
I've only played Far Cry Primal.
okay, yeah, Far Cry Primal is a perfect example. Like that's literally a copy pasted map from Far Cry 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like all they did was change the textures to make it prehistoric. The
Oh,
map is literally the exact same.
no way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then if you look at Far Cry 2, there's like you could shoot people through like wooden barriers and like thin metals, whereas in Far Cry 4 and 5 you can't anymore. Like flames burned down entire trees in Far Cry 2, not in Far Cry 3 and 4. It's like they're taking away these like, I don't know, immersion for
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
features.
to make it just faster, I guess.
Yeah, probably like makes the game work faster and like give it a higher frame rate, but
No, I mean
At
just
what
like
cost?
progression, I guess. Like makes it just like easier for people to pick up and play. But
Yeah, that's where my head sort of had. Like, if you make the game like there's like a smaller barrier for entry, so anyone can pick up the new Far Cry game and be like, this plays like every other shooter game. Whereas for people who are like longtime fans of it, it's like it's been so scaled back from what it once was, like how
Mhm.
immersive it once felt, that it's like it's not even the same. It's so generic now.
Exactly. It's just like there's no, but those details don't like, they're not like a barrier to entry. You know, like a bullet going through thin metal is just like a
Mm.
in-game physics thing.
yeah, but climbing those fucking towers, man. Those are the worst.
Every game since Assassin's Creed.
Oh
Yeah.
my, yeah. Okay, that's one thing. I don't know if this pertains to this conversation, but I feel like we saw it with Assassin's Creed, where like the whole gaming industry adopted that format, right? And now we're seeing it with Breath of the Wild. Like you look at things like the new Sonic game that's coming out, that literally it's like so blatantly we were inspired by Breath of the Wild. Look at Pokemon Legends Arceus, Breath of the Wild clone, Genshin Impact, Breath of the Wild clone. Like so many games are now doing that sort of scaled back open world feel, and aesthetically haven't changed anything. Like it still very much looks like Breath of the Wild, where I'm like, it's like so blatant, guys. But like Pokemon wants their Breath of the Wild, Sonic wants their Breath of the Wild. Like I don't know. For me, like it leaves a sort of bad taste in my mouth because it's like so blatantly obvious. And like, why would I play, Sonic Breath of, like I'm still going to, so I'm part of the problem. But like, you know what I mean? Like, but like I play something like Shadow of Mordor, and it's like, man, this is just Assassin's Creed in fucking Middle Earth, which is cool, but it's not very like groundbreaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
See,
I mean, it's
like,
interesting you mentioned that game because it had like a groundbreaking feature with the Nemesis system.
That's actually true. Yeah.
yeah. See, like I like Breath of the Wild, and one of the big things I like about it is that it always looks good. Like no matter like what kind of like TV quality and stuff like that. But like to me, it kind of seems like a lot of people are like copying it because it allows them to like cut corners with like some graphics and stuff. Because I've played the new Pokemon game, it's fun, but it is very like it's it I guess it pales in comparison to Breath of the Wild in terms of like gameplay and function and stuff.
Yeah. I just think it's like the annoying part of being in such like a oversaturated market where it's like, oh, what's working right now? Okay, like let's make our version of that. Like you
Call
see
of
it like
Duty.
with, yeah. Where like even those types of games became unpopular for a brief moment in time, and then it's like, it sort of rises and falls. But I don't know. I'm like, do I want to play every game? Do I want to play Breath of the Wild in every setting possible? Like, is that necessary? You know, I don't know.
I
But
mean, I actually haven't even played Breath of the Wild, so
yeah, that's fair too. So like you might even be someone who plays the Pokemon game first, say, and be like, wow, how groundbreaking. But it's so I guess like in that case, like there are people out there where that's their, they haven't played the original thing. I guess sort of like if you hadn't played like Metroid or like Castlevania, and then you play like a platformer game and you're like, oh, this is super fun. But it's like, yeah, that was a clone of this game or that game type of thing.
but sometimes that works, just like how New Vegas and Skyrim are like essentially
Yeah.
skin changes of each other. Both great games, and New Vegas 2 will be phenomenal.
Yeah.
I call it now, even if it comes out in like 5 years.
Yeah, we'll cut back to this clip on the podcast. You predicting it. I hope it's really bad.
We'll be like pushing like 50 by the time it comes out. If it's being made by Bethesda.
Stop.
My grandkids are gonna be playing Elder Scrolls 6.
No, man, your grandkids will be playing Skyrim on the PS7.
Yeah.
yeah. I actually I ordered Skyrim for my Switch.
You fucking
Yo,
get out of
why?
here, man. Man, how much was that?
I got it. I think for like 50.
Oh my
Man, you
god.
could have put your unexistent grandchildren through college with the amount of versions of Skyrim you bought.
Yeah. I am the reason why Bethesda's afloat.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like you buy Microsoft just so you can own all versions of Skyrim.
So that will do it for my Fallout 2 or New Vegas 2
Nice.
thoughts.
I want to also talk about video games and Matt's Meanders Mumblies.
Nice.
Video day.
We talked about immersion on the last episode of the podcast. And Will, you were saying how